There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
The ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's got a 1st down and then some in midfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
39-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Mercedes Lewis, 39 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Browns 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
JoJo Natson on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
To Rashard Higgins.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. The plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert.
A 30-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Browns 3.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And a loose football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On fourth down, here's Green Bay's third-year punter, J.K. Scott, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt team on now as this one's set away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, first and 10.
At their own,
they'll come out with a three tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got three tight ends out there. Jumbo set. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Jamie Gillen.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
At their own 5-yard
That
line.
is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 14-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A first carry down for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
B.J. Goodson made the
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Sheldon Richardson.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Jones. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line.
We remind you coming up at halftime. Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I do.
I know you do. I've got the thing just for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and very short, Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. With a man with a big new contract, Myles Garrett, in there to take him down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
4-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell.
Intercepted by the Browns. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position
after a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
On the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the rookie second-round pick, it's A.J. Dillon with it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
26 more yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll run again with Hunt, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Packers pick it up. 20. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Packers 14, Browns 10.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to fire deep for Radley. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
A pickup on the play.
They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 17, Keenum steps away to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
7-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Green Bay Packers. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another.
3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. First down, Irvin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Love with a give to Dillon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on first.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
At the 29-yard line.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Keenum. They'll roll him out right. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2nd and 16. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
He's tackled at the 29.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Keenum. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Parker touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score, Packers 21.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick-6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
To pick up 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run again with Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of
so signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Dontrell Hilliard, 27 yards. And the Browns are back within a score.
And that's another route.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
16.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the fourth quarter. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Dillon. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Love. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, he's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. But bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later, so let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Hilliard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Now it's Keenum.
20-yard line.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Keenum. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Love looking to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Play action this time with Love. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
Brought down.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Behind the chain, second and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Ball carrier.
A big pickup there on the run. 31 yards. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.